Hey guys, hope you are doing well and still alive as these bloody days that we are in. So now we just got some fresh air out of the water, maybe for a while, but we'll see. So let's go deeper. My name is Mike Dankler from CorionX, and I'm bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems every day to keep you updated and educated about the fastest growing industry that we have ever seen since the internet about cryptocurrencies. So, guys, uh, smash those like, push the bell, notification on, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And I should state that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice. Everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. So always do your own research. Just dig deeper about coins and how to accumulate for a long term with dollar cost averaging, how to trade, where to put the stop loss, where to put the take profit, and also farming, staking, and everything, and make your decision based on your research. So, this is our educational daily news. So, let's get into and check our favorite bubble chart and let's see what's happening. So, we see few coins still in red, like Toncoin, Kusama, AMP, Hex, XMR, Solana, Dash, but we see a few in green. Art, I don't know what art, why art is pumping so huge, but I think this is a low cap altcoin Alitas and pumping somehow, but I don't know why it's up 90%. So be very cautious because this can fall back the same percentage. Loopring is up 8%, Atom is up 13, Phantom 4, and Maker 8. So not too much happened. But Bitcoin is up almost 5% and came back from the lows of 33,000 to back to 37,000 US dollar. Ethereum went as low as 2,200, dipped below, and now back to 2,500. And also Binance coin is up 1.5%. So guys, let's go and check our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and green index. I should refresh the page because I'm not sure. Oh, guys, I just forgot share my screen. Oh, cool. Let's go back. Let's go back. So this is where we are. So this is the bubble chart. I already told you which coin in which direction is going. And Bitcoin is up almost 5% and Ethereum just 1.3% after huge losses in January and also the past 1 week. So let's check our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and greed index. It is at 13. So yesterday it was 11. So still we are in the extreme fear, closer to 10. And if we are looking this, that it's there is a sign that it's bottoming out. It is around 12 and now came to lower levels. And guys, remember during the summer dump, the index went as low as 10 4 or 5 times and then recovered from there and greediness came back. And also we should just state here when investors are so fearful that this is always a good buying opportunity because they are selling their assets for cheap price. And also there is a saying from Warren Buffett that be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. So others are fearful now. That's for sure. This see the panic is going on and the price is falling. Let's go to our next news. The stock market just suffered its worst week since 2020. Here is what comes next. So also the S&P 500, the Nasdaq dropped and corrected. Also Tesla, AT&T, Apple, Microsoft. So almost major stock prices fall down, dive deep, and you see this huge loss. And this is the biggest dump in the past 2 years. And this is going on about the fear that the Fed is tapering and the free money is leaving the market. Next piece of news is we already know that money printing is causing inflation and fiat money is losing its purchasing power. So we already know that the inflation in the US is 7.8%. Last month in the Eurozone 5%. And we got the data, the inflation data, that UK inflation rate soars to 30 years high as cost pressures continue. Inflation hit an annual 5.4%, its highest since March 1992. So this is insane. And UK is not part of the European Union anymore, and before that also was not part of the Eurozone. So they are doing a separate monetary policy, and Bank of England just printed too many fund sterling that caused this inflation. So this is not a good for the economy for the long term. We'll see if they can reduce inflation without slowing down the economy. Next piece of news is Bitcoin drops to 6 months low, Ether eyes bearish cross as US stock index futures erase early gains. So that was previous during the day. So Goldman Sachs predicted a faster pace of Fed tightening. Okay, so Bitcoin fell to 33,600. This is the lowest level since July 24th, and more major cryptos, also Ethereum, fall further. Solana, ADA, Polkadot, all these coins just dipped almost 15%. Okay, Fed January's policy meeting is due to start on Tuesday, and the statement and interest rate projections will be published on Wednesday. Cool. So all our eyes on this Fed meeting tomorrow, but I think just this is leading the markets, but this is how the markets are really nervous and they're acting really volatile. Next piece of news is illiquid supply going up relentlessly. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. Okay. Bitcoin nears a generational bottom at 30,000 US dollar. And yeah, so that would be this tip. And let's get this from Dylan Leclerc. Now let's look at where is Bitcoin trading relative to historical valuation. Currently, the network's on-chain cost basis is 24,000 US dollar. The ratio of cost basis and price, the MVRV ratio, shows the historical boom and bust cycles of Bitcoin. Currently, MVR is at 1.5. So we see when the MVR went to these low levels, that was generational buying opportunity. So we are not there yet, but we are getting closer and closer. The current MVRV ratio is the 38th percentile of historical readings. In the past, BTC dips below realized price MVR1 have served as generational buying opportunities. It's a noise gas if we get to 22,000, 24,000 US dollar, but it would certainly be extremely attractive to buy. So guys, just promise for yourself, if Bitcoin dropping to 24,000 US dollar, then buy some. Whatever happens, just buy some and hold for long term. And this is a generational buying opportunity. Okay, the actual price action will happen at the start of the week when futures opens and CME starts to trade. Yes, so but markets recovered. But on Friday, options expiry will happen, so we can all still just prepare for maybe the next dump. Spotlight on RSI, Bitcoin daily RSI at its lowest since March 12th, 2020. So that was the COVID crash, and the daily RSI is at those lowest level. Okay, RSI refers to how overbought or oversold an asset is at a given price point, and the current low readings thus lend weight to the idea that 35,000 does not accurately reflect Bitcoin's value. Current BTC weekly RSI 37,000, all bare bottoms between 29 and 35. March crash 35, closer to bottom than the top, in my opinion. So these are weekly RSI. What we Clemente stated, that was daily RSI. And you see, when RSI is so low, then it's always showing a kind of bottom and an accumulation zone. Also, the monthly RSI approaching levels that have been historically some of the best buying opportunities in its entire history. This is from Matthew Highland, and you see the Bitcoin huge dips and the RSI, and now we are getting in that zone. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin cannot go lower, but it means we are getting, and we are much closer to the bottom than to the top. Miners hold firm so far, and this is miner holdings. Miners are not selling Bitcoin. Do they know something we don't? So they are not selling. This is the Bitcoin price, and this is what miners are accumulating, the 14-day exponential moving average that miners accumulating. So sounds insane, but this is what it is. BTC was at risk for miner capitulation at 30,000 in June and at risk now again at 34,000. So miners are still in profit. Um, until 34,000, but below 34,000, they will not in profit, but also they can decide if they are not selling and they are accumulating for the long term. Illiquid supply keeps growing. Panic if we feel like it, but Bitcoin illiquid supply is going up relentlessly. So this is the Bitcoin price, and this is the Bitcoin illiquid supply. So illiquid supply, that um, people holding on a cold storage and don't want to sell. And also 76% of the supply was already illiquid in December. So this is huge, and this is a quite inverse uh, divergence what's going on there. Sentiment index ahead from historic lows. So this is the crypto fear and greed index that we already talked about, that it's dipping again. So this is interesting metrics to watch out for this week. Okay, guys, so let's go to our next news. I just want you to show you this buy Bitcoin worldwide, because you see the categories that ETFs holding Bitcoin, countries holding Bitcoin. Yes, we do have countries holding Bitcoin, public companies holding Bitcoin, private companies holding Bitcoin, and all others, individuals that we don't know who is those guys. Public companies, MicroStrategy, Tesla, Galaxy Digital, Voyager Digital, Marathon Digital, Square, and these are mining companies, Coinbase, Bitfarms, Bitcoin Group. And let's go lower on this chart, and you see countries: Bulgaria holding more than 200,000 Bitcoins, Ukraine 46,000 Bitcoins, El Salvador, who bought the dip recently, uh, 9,500, and Finland just almost 2,000 Bitcoins. So these are early adopters of Bitcoin, and we do have countries. I think Bulgaria just got this Bitcoin from some criminals, and but good for them, because it's worth almost 7 billion US dollars. So I think for a small country like Bulgaria, this is huge. And private companies, Block One still owns 130 40,000 BTC. And it's funny because Block One with the EOS ICO, they raised 4 billion US dollar. I think they spent a couple of hundred millions or maybe billions, and they still have 5 billions worth of Bitcoin. So this is huge. But Block One actually is not doing too much developing EOS, but there will be some news that maybe we got some trigger. Next piece of news is no regrets for New York City Major receiving his first Bitcoin paycheck during dip. So let's quote from him. It's the same as when I invested in the stock market. We saw a drastic drop during 2018 and other times. The purpose of Bitcoin is to send a message that New York City is open to technology. We want to see a large amount of new technology in the city of New York and to encourage our young people to engage in these new emerging markets. So this is a nice saying, but Miami, El Salvador, Switzerland, Germany, and few others are competing for being Bitcoin city. Next piece of news is Bitcoin enters value zone as BTC price floor metric goes green again. The MVT returns to levels seen just twice in 2 years, the March 2020 coronavirus crash and last year's reaction after the Chinese miners shut down. NVT says it's reversal time. Okay. NVT first developed by statistician Willy Wu and entrepreneur Dmitry Kalichin uses the ratio of Bitcoin's market capitalization to its daily on-chain transaction value to create an idea of whatever price behavior really corresponds to on-chain activity. Valuing the Bitcoin network based on transaction value throughput suggests we have entered the value zone. Let's make this bigger. So this is the Bitcoin price, and this is the dynamic range net value things that you see when we are entering these low levels, that we are in the value zone, and now we enter those levels, so we are there. How long will Bitcoin be stay in that zone? We don't know. If it will stay there, then we might see further a sideways or a downward trending movement. Okay, so this is I like this indicator. Okay, cool. NVT. So next piece of news is that was much more aggressive on much higher volume and was only 8 months ago. We have been here before. That Bitcoin went from 60,000 to 30,000 in 10 days. Just in 10 days, guys. Insane. Yeah. What is the exact wording for? Yeah, network value of two transactions. Network value to transactions. NVT is the network value to transactions. So I like this metrics. Hey, rich dad, poor dad, author to buy more Bitcoin if BTC dips to 20,000 US dollars. So Bitcoin price crash is time to get richer to Robert Kiyosaki, who would purchase more if the asset plunges to 20,000 US dollars. Profits are made when you buy. Let's quote from him. Wow, words of wisdom. Your profits are made when you buy, not when you sell. Price of Bitcoin crashing. Great news. I bought BTC at 6K and 9K. I will buy more if and when Bitcoin tests 20,000 US dollar. Time to get richer is coming. Silver best per game today. Silver still 50% below high. So silver still cheap, and Bitcoin is getting cheap as well. Next piece of news is okay. Just I want to push some attention on this news that Russian political executives criticize the crypto ban suggestion. So this is something that we should pay more attention. And just an interesting thing is that male investors check BTC price more frequently than female investors. So what does that mean? That female investors are more patient, they are not panicking. So congratulations if you are a female crypto hodlers, and great to have you here in the CorionX community. So, what is such a ban, let's quote from the politicians, such a ban will inevitably slow down blockchain technologies development in general. These technologies improve the efficiency and security of many human activities from finance to arts. So this is definitely true. And guys, don't forget that we have several great Russian developers like Vitali Buterin, Sergei Nazarov, and many others that actually they are Russian. Okay, so crypto ban is impossible. Technically, banning cryptocurrency is the same as banning person-to-person transfers. It's impossible. Yes, they can make it very difficult to deposit funds on crypto exchanges, which means that intermediary services will supply so simple appear that will do this through foreign jurisdictions. Yes, transactions cost will rise. Well, that's all, I guess. Okay, so at least great to have this news because this news caused a lot of panic last week. Cool. Let's go to our next news. Solana tanks 6% as Solana faces another 48-hour outage. Boom and bust moment for Solana. So guys, this is not good for Solana, and I think this is the third outage in January for Solana. And so guys, this is a young blockchain. This is a new layer one, but a layer one who wants to provide the next payment industry as Visa and MasterCard doing cannot have any moment of outage. Solana mainnet beta is experiencing high levels of network congestion. The last 24 hours have shown the system needs to be improved to meet the demands of users and support the more complex transactions now common on the network. So another day, another 48 hours Solana outage. This is like the sixth time this has happened in 3 months. I have zero faith in it now. It is new EOS. The fight is now between Ethereum, BSC, Phantom Avalanche, and Terra. Solana losing DeFi market share. So that's not good news because also people panicking, they cannot harvest, they cannot provide liquidity, they cannot trade. So this outage is insane. These forthcoming releases are aimed at improving the state of the network with more improvements expected to roll out in the next 8-12 weeks. Many of these features are currently live in testnet where they are being rigorously tested. Okay, so hope they will next piece of news that Phantom surpasses Avalanche and Solana as DeFi TVL crossed 12 billion US dollars. So we're like Phantom DeFi. Next piece of news is huge news. Venture capital giant Andreessen Horowitz plans to raise 4.5 billion US dollar for 2 new crypto funds. So, guys, are you still bearish? Are you expecting the end of the world in crypto? Why? When this VC is raising 4.5 billion to investing in new crypto projects. So this is quite interesting. And also don't forget they investing in early stage projects and also they are investing in other projects. This is not the first fund that they are raising, and they invested in Solana. It's not a good news, the Solana outage, but also in OpenSea, Skysmedis, Infinity, and I'm sure that in a lot of metaverse and crypto gaming projects. Okay, so great news. Let's go to our next news. Facebook and Instagram on the verge of introducing over 1 billion users to the NFT space. 1 billion new users in the NFT space. Okay. So they will able to use social media platforms to create or mint new NFTs. This is huge. Instagram and Facebook could become the center stage of the current NFT hype, thus propelling mass NFT adoption to billions of users, which could further catapult the already multi-billion-dollar NFT market to new heights this year. So this is definitely huge. And also Facebook renamed itself to Meta, like Metaverse. And also they will have NFT minting, publishing tools, and marketplace. So I think that will be huge. As CorionX is working on an NFT project, that we will pay close attention what Facebook and Instagram doing, and also how we can take some advantage on this. Next piece of news is Mike Novogratz bets to pay Peter Schiff $1 million if Bitcoin price stays below 35,000 US after 2022. Guys, yeah, so why Mike Novogratz is not paying this $1 million to a charities or a better purpose that paying it to Peter Schiff? So I wouldn't pay Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is a gold bag millionaire, a billionaire, no, maybe not billionaire, just a millionaire, but I wouldn't pay him this amount, but I would offer it or if I would be a Peter Schiff, I would offer, I would donate it. And also, if I would be Mike, I am Mike, but if I would be a Mike Novogratz, that I would donate it to a better purpose, to a charity organization. So let's go. Next piece of news. Jack Dorsey and Michael Saylor to speak at upcoming Free Bitcoin conference. So they will be keynote speakers, and that this conference will kickstart in February to explore how BTC can benefit institutions. So this feels especially about institutions and convincing and educating institutions about Bitcoin and Bitcoin's benefits. So this is huge. Next piece of news is USDC surpassed Tether on the Ethereum blockchain. We know that USDC is the second biggest stablecoin after USDT, Tether, and surpassed on Ethereum. USDC has a total supply of 40.5 billion US dollar, while USDT current supply stands at 39.8 billion on the Ethereum blockchain. But I think in overall, USDC has higher supply. I don't know if we see market cap here. Yes, USDC is 48 billion. Tether is 78 billion, so almost 30 billion plus for USDT. Cool, but overall good news, at least on the Ethereum network. Cool. Next piece of news is EOS network to enter a new era led by Anf and Dan Larimer. So guys, as I already told you so that Block owns almost 5 billion from the EOS ICO, and but EOS network is not doing too much. And now they are stating that a new era led by ENF and Dan Larimer. This will help redesign and rebuild EOS network after its years of stagnation. Larimer will now work with the Clarion's team on the Manda code basis to replace EOS old code repositories. So we'll see, but EOS community, I think it's really tired, so they should rebuild also the community. Cool. Guys, let's go and join our Telegram channel. You find the link in the description. We share our daily educational videos here and some other news about the crypto space, about CorionX, and about some developments. So definitely check out, follow, and also follow us in the social media on Twitter and join our Telegram. Let's check what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin is just on the 15 minutes charts. We see some trend reversal, but the question is, will it last for a while or not? But the good news that Bitcoin went above 36,500, that was not able to retest during the Friday, since the Friday dump. So at least this is a good news. And let's check on the daily charts. On the daily chart, Bitcoin is still in the downtrend. At least it should come back to this trend line around 39,000. If it will come back to 39, I would consider to enter a short position. The market is still uncertain. Maybe Bitcoin will go lower, this mid 20,000 US dollar levels. So better to be prepared. But now we see a nice rally also. If I'm pulling up the hourly chart, that the next levels to watch at 38,000 US dollars. Yes, Bitcoin shorts. So what about Bitcoin shorts? Bitcoin shorts increased really sharply and now just released in the past few days, but still a high. So shorters still entering short positions on Bitcoin. What about Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance is rising. It is at 30, almost 32.5, and I think it will coming and touching 34 percent, and that means that altcoins are lagging. Even Bitcoin dropping, altcoins dropping much harder. But when Bitcoin is pumping, then altcoins are lagging. So this is what we see. But once Bitcoin will consolidate that, we can see a nice altcoin pump. But we see most of the altcoins are in red, and they are down. DYDX is doing DYDX yet broke out, then broke below again, so not too much what it's happening here. But let's check Phantom. Yeah, retested this zone, so hope Phantom will bounce here, and we can go and get some juicy gains on Phantom. Yeah, so almost we are not out of the water yet, so I wouldn't enter. Maybe I just would enter some long-term dollar cost averaging positions that I'm preparing also. If these coins are going lower, then I'm able to buy on all these Fibonacci retracement levels and also on previous resistances and support levels. So this is how I prepare for DCing, but the market can still drop further from here, but would be great to see a nice bounce before that. So guys, definitely check out our farms. We have farms running on the Ethereum blockchain. You can use your ERC20 version of CorionX. You can provide liquidity on Uniswap in CorionX Ethereum pairs and lock up for 330% APRs. And also you can go to our Binance Smart Chain version, use CorionX on Binance Smart Chain, providing liquidity on PancakeSwap and earning up to 115% APRs. So guys, smash those like, push the bell, notification on, subscribe to the channel, and see you tomorrow. Be careful on the market. Don't over leverage. Bye bye.